there's no single person on earth who can turn this around for us. There's no politicians that can do it. It has to be from us. And we have to completely flip everything on its head, because that entire system is based on a broken money, fiat. That's what everything's based on. And with that comes all the different incentives and all the structures and all the hierarchies in a fiat world. And so I just want you to start thinking about everything that you know today is going to look different in a Bitcoin world. Everything. We're not just going to keep doing the same things, but paying Bitcoin. Every incentive, every system, every hierarchy is going to be completely flipped on its head. And I'm going to give you one example today, because this is going to tie into our Living in the Future chat for today. And this is just one example. So I've been talking about the Living in the Future tier for a while, and big shout out to everybody who has gone and signed up and joined that tier there. But one of the things there, our second focus in there is building businesses in Bitcoin and earning Bitcoin, not just buying Bitcoin and hoping that our purchasing power goes up over time, but actually earning Bitcoin so we can continue to accumulate real wealth in the world. And so building businesses in there, believe it or not, we've only been existent for about a month now. And we've had one business that has already come from that, has already started. And it's a media company. It's a small media company, but it's a media company nonetheless. And so think about our traditional media, not the news or anything like that. That we're kind of past that point already. I want you to start thinking a little bit further into the future. So even with YouTube, if you were somebody out there, we did a show last week in terms of starting your own YouTube channel. But if you're somebody who has something to say or wants to talk about whatever it is that you do, and you think that there's somebody out there who could get value from that, your path in the fiat world, in the legacy system, is pretty difficult. You have to start a channel. You have to find a community there. You have to get to 4,000 hours watched, and YouTube trims it very heavily. Very heavily. And you also have to get, am I breaking up? I don't know. Let me know if I'm okay here, because I'm in the middle of a little rant here. So we're going to assume that I'm okay here. But where was I? With that, so YouTube, you have to get 1,000 subscribers, which is a very difficult task for one. You have to get 4,000 watch hours, very difficult task. But in this new world, in this new economy where, and so even with that system, you have to look at what's happening there. It's YouTube. They get to control the message. They get to decide what you can and can't say on their platform. They get advertisements. They show it in a very traditional fashion where you're watching a video and all of a sudden it cuts out and you get an ad slammed down your throat from a company that might not even be relevant to you, right? It's just part of the YouTube structure, the system there. So very old, very traditional there. YouTube's making all the money. They're letting all their content creators do all the work for them to bring people to their platform. And maybe after a year or two, or 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, you might get a couple dollars from YouTube for all that work that you put in. So with that, what I want to do and what we're doing over in Living in the Future is we're basically flipping that whole structure on its head. So we're looking for 8 people. This is kind of going to be the partners essentially within this business. We're looking for 8 people. I'm going to read through the roles here and you can see if you're interested or not. But it's going to be fully decentralized. Everybody's going to have an equal share. We're going to be earning Bitcoin, not money. We already have 4 or 5 clients signed on that we're already receiving Bitcoin from. And what that's going to look like is we're going to be all equal. We're going to actually be paying smaller channels to advertise our clients on their channels. So even if they don't have 1,000 subscribers, even if they don't have 4,000 watch hours, it doesn't matter. They could have 50 subscribers on there. And we're going to start paying them in Bitcoin based on the amount of views on their page. So if a business signs up for us with this media company, they're going to get their promotion on this channel plus X amount of other channels of small YouTube creators who don't want to wait for YouTube to pay them anymore. They're going to come to us. We're going to pay them in Bitcoin. They're going to help promote our clients in a very decentralized way. So that's essentially what's happening. As we flip this world on its head, we're moving from a centralized system, a centralized structure of everything, into a decentralized structure of everything. So the ownership, the partners are all going to be decentralized. The clients are going to get a decentralized method of promoting their business, and very targeted. And so the clients that we're going to be reaching out to and who are going to be using our media company are going to be, they know their audience is going to be Bitcoiners. So I'm not going to watch an ad for soap. I don't care to listen to an ad for a soap or an Ethereum or a fake Michael Saylor talking about his Bitcoin giveaway. These are going to be Bitcoin businesses promoting to Bitcoiners. And so even if you're a small channel, we're going to be paying you in Bitcoin to help promote our clients. So here is I'll give you a few, I sent this to the little group we got right now, but we're looking for 8 people, 8 partners, and you have to be serious about this. This isn't something that, you can just half-ass. You're still going to be able to do your job full-time, whatever it is you do. This is going to be a couple hours per week off the start, but everybody's going to have their own role. And so these are the roles that I came up with over the weekend. So number 1 is going to be client relations, the companies that we help promote. Number 2 is going to be partner relations, the people who work with us, the other YouTube channels and other media channels. The SAT keeper instead of the bookkeeper, which is going to log all the ins and outflows. The ad writer, so they're going to learn the story of our clients and write a script to be shared across the network. We're going to have a nostr guy. We're going to have a brand manager to make sure all the communication is clean and consistent. Captain Lightning is going to be in charge of the Lightning inflows and outflows, the payments, and the bridge, which is going to be connecting with businesses that aren't in Bitcoin yet. So there's 8 roles that we need. We have a couple people in there so far, but we're looking for more. So we're going to definitely give a priority to anybody who's in the Living in the Future tier. I'm going to spend some time talking about that right now as we jump over there. But, my balance on Zap.stream is below 500 sats. I got to top that up. Thanks for the reminder, Zap.stream. It costs a little bit of Bitcoin to operate on Zap.stream, but it's worth it. It's the new YouTube Bitcoin version. So I wanted to discuss that on the show today because I think that one of the themes of this channel, and I think that why people have been enjoying it, is because we don't just talk about the price of Bitcoin. We don't look at the charts on Bitcoin. We look at the intrinsic value of Bitcoin and how we can benefit from it, how we can build in it, how we can grow economies and communities and networks around Bitcoin to essentially ignore the old system. And so this is the first of many businesses that we're going to be starting in Living in the Future. And I know that there's probably somebody out there watching this channel who has has been considering joining the tier, Living in the Future. And I'm hoping that this will kind of be the extra push that you need. If you are wanting to be involved in this from the very ground level, we're looking for 8 partners. Everybody's going to have an equal share, and we're going to build this thing together. And I have some very long-term visions for this. So if you're interested, click the link in the description. It says Living in the Future. Join for a week. You can try it out. If it's not for you, you can cancel it. But I think that you will be. And I think that if you are somebody who wants to start earning Bitcoin, we're going to probably keep about 50% of the Bitcoin as a long-term reserve for a very long time. And then we're going to I have about 5 different things that we're going to do with the rest of it throughout. So if you're more interested in earning Bitcoin than fiat, check that out. Highly suggest it. We're going to jump over there right now and talk about it. So with that, I want to say I appreciate everybody very much. The chat was very active today, too active for me, but that's okay. That's a good problem to have. Gary says he's interested. If any of those roles that I mentioned sound like something that you would be good at, we're looking for serious people, because this is something I think that, and I want you to compare this to any industry out there, whatever industry that you work in. don't think about how we can put Bitcoin into this